Hello, dear CNM Africa7 viewers and followers. Welcome to your show that is called Sunu School. Welcome again. But before we start, we would like to thank you a lot because it was very long, it was very hard. We have spent together the year 2024. It was very difficult, it was very tough at the very beginning, but you supported us. Thank you very much for congratulating us. Thank you very much for supporting us. Thank you very much for helping us with your ideas, your suggestions, and all what you did for us. It was a great pleasure for us to work with you together. And now this is the first show of this year, 2025. And it is with a very big pleasure and a very big honor that we are going to have this show with a dean, with a big journalist whose name is not to be presented here. Everyone here in Senegal and even in some places in the world, people know him because of the very big job he has been doing since he started working. He was a minister advisor for the previous president, Senegalese president. He is a very big journalist known everywhere here in Senegal, as I said. His name is Mr. TOUNKARA, and he is also the general manager of this television, CNM Africa7. Mr. TOUNKARA, thank you for accepting our invitation. How are you?
Thank you, Mr. Tal. Thank you for having me in this show, Sunu School. It is with great pleasure that I accepted this invitation and saying hi to all of your followers and viewers, and wishing to all Happy New 2025, and congratulating you because this initiative is great. You're the only one doing that here, and we wish you the best, and we're sure that you'll keep up the good work, and good things will follow.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So as we discovered together, before becoming a journalist, I was teasing him before we started the show that before becoming a journalist, I think that he was an English teacher or he had studies in English. So this is the first question I'm going to ask him. How did you do to speak good English?
Well, I did part of my education in the US, because when I graduated here, I had a bachelor's here from ESM. And then I went to the US for my master's, and I did my PhD also. So I lived in the US almost 5 years, and that's why I kind of sort of speak English.
Yes, that's normal. That's normal. Whenever you live in the US for 5 years, normal that you speak English. And after studying also English in Senegal.
Sure, sure. But as you know, there's big differences between the English that we learn here in school. It's kind of sort of British English, and it's just like for beginners. But if you go there, you want to do some real studies, you have to speak real English, good English. And English is a pretty, I'll say, easy tongue to speak. It's a matter of practice. And I always say to people, I have seen women in the US who are coming from Tuba or Velingara or wherever, and they just breastfeeding, okay, and they speak good English because they are obliged to practice, and then English is coming. And any tongue, any language in the world is all about practice. Practice, practice, practice.
Practice. Okay. So the example you gave, for example, people who are from deep down of Senegal and who are in the US, some of them, I think that they have never been at school, but they are speaking.
Definitely. It's all about, as I said, they're just breastfeeding, or they're doing some, whatever work. But if you practice it, if you pay attention to what people are saying, and if also you are obliged to make sure that you make your living, you earn your living, so you're obliged to
speak it. Okay, to speak it. Now, about the opportunities, can you give us one, two, or some opportunities that English has given you since you have started speaking it?
Well, the first opportunity is to be able to live in the U.S. normally and to have a good job. I used to work for the Georgia Department of Revenue, the Georgia Department of Juvenile Justice, and I work also for AVEC, the rental car company, and without English you cannot do that. So. And I learned accounting, computer science, and all of that in English. So English just was amazing in terms of integration, because if you don't master the language, you cannot, be really fully integrated anywhere. So English gave me that. And also English gave me a chance to teach in English, so it's another opportunity. And also to be able to communicate with anyone, anywhere in the world, because English is an international language that you can speak everywhere. I was in a train once, and there's these two white people. They came in, and one of them started speaking English to the other, and he asked him, "Where are you from?" He said, "I'm from Belgium." He said, "Oh. So, where in Belgium?" He said, "Brussels." So he said, "And you speak French?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm French." And they started speaking French. But while they were both French, they started, trying to know each other in English first, because English is the international language.
Yes, international language. And now the following question is, so before the following question, I have heard you say that you taught English in the past. You were an English teacher.
Yeah, I was just occasionally.
Occasionally.
It was not,
to put yourself in practice.
Yeah,
okay.
It was just
occasionally. Okay, so now you have just touched about the question, the answer of the question, the following question. The role of the English language in the communication of the world, between people all around the world?
Yeah, I mean, if you go anywhere in the world today, English is the default language, first. And second, even in terms of knowledge, in terms of science, there are some part of science today, only English can give you access to that. Okay, so there's no doubt right now that English is the international language. And mastering English, speaking English is very good. And I always give example of all these countries like Israel or Norway or Switzerland, or not Switzerland, but the northern countries like Denmark, like Sweden. All these countries, they have a mother tongue, but English is the second language.
Yes.
So, they are very comfortable. If you go there, you have no problem discussing with people, because all of them, they do speak English.
Okay, they speak English. Okay, meaning that people, wherever they are, they must make effort to be able to speak English, so that they avoid to have problem wherever they go in the world.
Yeah, English. The first language in the world is drawing. Okay, if you draw a cow anywhere in the world, people will know that that's a cow.
That's a cow.
Okay,
yes.
if you draw a camera, if you draw whatever, if you draw a phone, people will know that's a phone, right?
Yes, of course.
And the second language right now is English.
Is English. Okay. Another question: whenever you were a minister advisor for the president, did it happen sometime to you to work with foreigners in English?
Oh, definitely. I was special advisor for the former president.
Special advisor, yes.
For 6 years.
For 6 years.
Yeah, I was a cabinet member. It was great experience. I learned over there things that you can't find in no textbook, no classroom, nowhere. Only there. And we did pretty good job in because I always say to people that if you say that Macky Sall has realized things like roads, bridges, like highways, like planes, trains, buses, whatever you name it, he did it with us. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it himself.
Yes, of
He
course.
did it with us.
With you. Well, yes,
Okay.
with you.
We were in the shadow, for
Yes.
sure. We were behind the scenes,
Yes.
but he did it with us.
With you.
As a matter of fact, I was the one who introduced the idea of the satellite.
Oh,
The guy in the
congratulations
south.
for that. That
Thank
is
you.
very
So
very good idea.
he couldn't do it by himself.
By himself, no.
So he did it with us, and we did pretty good job over there. And of course, you, to answer your question, you meet up with people coming from all the world, okay? Because in the poor countries, generally, the power is concentrated in the presidency. So people, when they want something, they come in over there. And the president, he has so many things to follow up, and he has to give them to advisors, who work with people. And sometimes he even can send you somewhere in the world. You have to go for some mission, and in the name of Senegal, and you go and come back. So of course, English, you use it at the highest level.
Oh, congratulations for that great suggestion to the president.
Well, and congratulations to all these youngsters who work hard to make this satellite a reality, and they're all Senegalese. We sent them over there in Montpellier, in France, and they manufactured the satellite. They built it from A to Z, and the satellite right now is in orbit. And we have, our first GuineSat, and congratulations to them.
To all of those who have acted on this.
Yeah, and congratulations to the President Macky Sall, who believed in that, and who put in the money down, and who made it happen.
And I remember when it was launching, every Senegalese were very happy.
But we missed something over there.
What, for example?
We missed to make it national event.
Okay, yes.
We missed that.
Yes, I do not want to say the question I have in my mind, but let me tell you, don't you think that if Macky Sall were here, it would be a national event?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
Because in the initial project, it was meant to be a national launch, a national event, with some billboards, a national launch on TV, national TV, and with some T-shirts and goodies.
Yes.
Okay, but the actual government
to make everybody know that.
Of course,
today
definitely.
this is a
Definitely,
very
with
great
some
day for
fan
Senegal.
zones,
Yes, some fan
stuff
zones.
like that. But the actual government. It's some type of boycott because we didn't see them very active in this, and I think that's very, very, very sad that we didn't make it a national event.
National event, yes, yes. So now coming back to school and English and education again, how do you see the way that English is taught here in Senegal in our schools?
Very bad. I see it very
Badly?
bad. Yeah, because
why?
Because it's not very, I'd say, very active. It's just some academic lessons that are taught to kids and students, but they're not making it very, I'd say,
very fun to make.
Yeah, it's not. It's not fun. It's not something that kids they see themselves in. There's no exchange. Okay, it's just like in a classroom, and there's a lesson, and that's it. You must be beyond that right now. You must be more proactive. You must bring like executives talking to kids in English. You must bring, advisors of president or prime minister, real people that they see everywhere who can talk to them and they can relate to. Okay? They have to see that English is not something that you learn to have a grade in class, but something that's useful in a day-to-day life. But we're not doing that here.
Okay, it means that also we must make kids express themselves.
Of course.
Okay.
They're not expressing themselves because they don't have chance to. I mean, and the conditions are so harsh sometimes. You have a classroom of 60 kids. I mean, how can you make it?
Yes, it will be very difficult to work with this number.
Okay, and they're not using new technologies.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a question.
You are an English teacher. Are you using new technologies?
Very often, but not always. Yes, that is a problem.
It should be systematic right now, and the interactions with real life must be real. Okay,
yes.
but this is absent, and kids, they don't go like traveling just to learn English. Why? Listen, we have just the Gambia next door.
Next door, yes.
And you never see students telling you we're going to Gambia just to discover and to speak, to learn English.
Yes.
Okay. No, we're not doing that,
no,
and that's not okay.
That's not okay. We had to try to change the way we are teaching.
Yeah, we have to modernize it, to make it more efficient in terms of practice and in terms of customizing. It's not customized.
Yes, you're right. And the whole educational system, English inside and both the school.
Well, it's a big failure. Our education system is a big failure. I'm a university teacher, but our students, they don't master anything.
Anything, yes.
They're not part of the innovative world. They're not innovated. Okay, they're not, part of. They're not productive. They go out of school and they cannot do anything. So this educational system is doomed. Is something that definitely needs to be changed.
Change it and modernized.
Because we are part of a big system that is very competitive. Okay, where students, they are asked to be productive, to be creative, to be innovative, okay, to use their minds and to come out of things that they can sell, that make them, things that make them be part of the, artificial intelligence world.
Yes.
But our education system is not preparing the kids for anything. For anything.
Only for having degrees, I think.
Anything. You cannot even have a good resume from our students who have master degrees. I mean, it's very sad.
Yes.
They cannot do anything. They cannot speak good. They cannot manufacture. They cannot create. They cannot innovate. They cannot write. I mean, what can they do?
That is a big problem.
It's more than a problem.
What are you going to do now? So if you want to change it, and where are we going to start this change?
Well, the change must come from everywhere, anywhere. We have to change everything. We have to go upside down. Okay, and accept that this current system is doomed, is a curse, and change it systematically. Okay, from kindergarten to university, everything must change. We must frame another system where kids, where students, they are happy in, they learn real stuff, and they are part of the innovative world. Because there's big competition. That's we're talking about economy of knowledge, the knowledge economy, and you have to get the tools, the weapons to be part of it. And we're not giving no tool, no weapon to our kids and students to be part of that world. So this is a big failure. We have inherited an educational system from the colonial era, and that's what's still going on.
So you suggest a solution, change the educational system, and the government, the new government, has decided to start learning English from the elementary school. What do you say about that?
Yeah, that's a tool, that's a weapon that you give to kids. Because kids, if you teach them anything, you know, from the get-go, they can grasp it,
Yes.
and they can digest it, for sure.
Yes,
There's no doubt about it. So that's a very good thing. And I think that we just need to give more weapons and tools to teachers now.
Teachers.
Okay, if you say, well, I bring this reform, okay, I want kids at the kindergarten level to start teaching, to start learning English. So now, those who are teaching them English, are they ready? Yes. Are they prepared? Do they have the tools? Do they have the weapons? That's the question.
That is a question. That is very questionable. And even a problem of number. Will you have the enough number of teachers that will be in the elementary schools also to be able to teach kids English? That is questionable also. Sure. Maybe the government is watching us. They will try to answer this question before moving forward.
Are they speaking English, the government? The president is not. The prime minister is not.
Yes, I have once attended a meeting where the minister in charge of education was invited, and when he took the floor, he was speaking English. And I plan to invite him on this set.
He was educated in Canada.
Oh, that is the reason why. He spoke there very good English.
He was educated in Canada, but the president is not speaking English, the prime minister is not speaking English.
That is a problem. And the question I feel like asking you is, whenever the president does not speak English, whenever he goes to Saudi Arabia, whenever he goes to China, what is he going to do?
Translation.
He needs always someone who is next to him to translate.
Definitely, because he does not speak English, so he needs translator permanently.
This is a real problem.
With translation, you can access to people, you can say, you know, whatever you want, and people you can understand also. Translation is going.
But what you say reminds me, a scene where I was once watching TV, and I saw, Mr. President Sall, Donald Trump, I think that it was Emmanuel Macron, and someone else, I do not remember, but they are from different nationalities and different languages. And I was just thinking about what is the language that will allow them to communicate between themselves.
English.
If they were out of the room of meeting, they were just working together, and I just think about, wow, English is going to play his role today.
For sure. President Macky Sall speaks very good English.
Okay.
Because he stayed in the US for a couple of years.
Okay.
He was there, he had a green card.
Okay.
That allowed him to stay there.
Okay.
And then he got back here. But he speaks very good English.
Very good English.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe don't hesitate when he comes back here to Senegal to try to have a show with him.
Sure, he will be glad to. He likes this. Anyway. He likes initiative like this.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Now, staying always at school, the responsibilities, because I think that at school there is quite lack of motivation from some students, I would say. So according to you, what is the source, or what is the departing point of this lack of motivation for the students?
Well, you have to look up the big picture. The educational system is not working. Kids, remember, in Senegal, we have 75% of the population that is aged under 35. You have 50% of the population that is aged under 19. And you have 40% of the population that is aged under 15. So they are very young.
Yeah.
And the rate of penetration of the land phone here in Senegal is 2%. But for the cell phone, it's 120%. Meaning that all kids, all teenagers, they have a cell phone. They are connected with TikTok, with YouTube, with WhatsApp, with you name it. They are connected with the social media. So things are going in another level and way over there. And compared to school, they are bored at school. School is not attractive right now. So, and that's a big challenge. We have to make the environment of the school attractive, the teachers attractive, the way of teaching attractive, the content attractive, and also whatever you get out of school attractive. And that's not the case right now. So that's a big challenge. Tomorrow, the future is all about education, is all about innovation, and we're not prepared for that. We have to be courageous, okay, and accept our shortcomings and try right now to fix them. And fixing them means changing this educational system.
Okay. The responsibilities of the teachers, you said, the responsibilities of the administration, the responsibilities of the parents also. What do you say, or what can you tell us about the responsibilities of the parents?
Well, education is about what we say collaboration. That's why we say partners in education. So the administration is partner, the teachers are partners, the parents are partners, the students are partners. So the parents, they have a big role, meaning that if you go to school, normally you go there to get a lesson. And this lesson, you should be learning it at home and doing your homework at home. So if you don't have parents giving you the environment first, and also giving you the encouragement to do it, most of the time, kids, they are on TV or on their cell phone. They're not doing their homework. So the homework is not the responsibility of the teachers or the administration. It's the responsibility of the parents. And the parents, they have to nurture their kids from the very beginning, from where they were kindergarten. They have to give them the love of learning, the love of reading, the love of exchanging, the love of ideas, the love of producing. So parents, they're not doing that right now. They, just get busy on things that they have, don't have no meaning for kids. And at the end of the day, everyone is loser. Parents,
sometimes they leave very early in the morning and they come back late in the night.
So that's very problematic. So who's going to take care of kids?
That's a very big question. We're going to try to solve it together or to answer together. And now the following question is studies and new technologies. You have talked about that in the previous question, but let's come back on that. Studies and new technologies, how can we mix them? Because I think that in this modernity...
Well, you don't have to mix them.
What must we do so?
I mean, they are together already.
They are together.
Already. Because that's studies that gave birth to new technologies. And the new technologies, they feed one another. Okay, so it's all about mixing things that are mixed up already and trying to get the best out of it. What is the red line that's not to be crossed? What is the balance that you need to bring? So the more technology you have, the more humanity you need. Okay, so how to balance both is a big challenge. There is no society right now that found the right answer. It's a big challenge. But if you are not educated, you cannot have access to real good technologies. Okay, let's take an example. The world is governed right now by cell phones, internet, and satellites. Okay, so how can you make it if you're not present on cell phones, on internet, and satellite? Okay, that's the reality of today, of nowadays. It's something that you cannot avoid. It's unavoidable. And if you want your people to get access to good food, have clean environment, have good health, you have to get the right technology for that. Information technology is not a luxury. That's a must. Okay, that's something that you have it, or you don't have good education. you don't have good environment, you don't have good food, you don't have good health, and you die early.
Early, that is sure. If you don't have all these, you will die early, or you will live with problems.
Japan. Japan is the #1 country in terms of life expectancy.
Okay.
If you're born in Japan, you expect to live 88 years.
Okay.
If you're born in Senegal, you expect to live around 65 years.
65.
If you go to Japan, I mean, technology is everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay. They can even have a surgery, a remote surgery. Remote surgery.
Okay.
Okay. You can have your classes remote.
Okay.
You can go to the market remote, and it makes you save time, save money, save energy, and be competitive.
And if you save all this time, energy, and money, you will develop, definitely. So, the question that I'm going to ask you is, if you had to give an advice to teachers, because you are a member of them, what would it be so that they can inspire kids to love English, to love education, to be good citizens in their country?
But it's just the word you say, love. It's all about love. Life is all about love. Love of God, love of your kids, love of your wife, love of your husband, love of your teachers, love of what you're doing. If you don't love it, if you're not found in it, come on, you cannot make it. You cannot give 100% to what you're doing. So if teachers, they love what they're doing it out of, this is my career, this is what I want to do in my life. It's not, I'm here just because I didn't have nowhere to go, I could not take the boats to go to the sea, but now I'm in a classroom and I don't care about kids, I don't care about what I'm doing. What is important for me is just to get my salary at the end of the month. If you do it that way, you cannot make it. But if you do it out of love, it's all about love. L-O-V-E.
We have to love what we are doing. If you love it, I'm sure that we will make the enough.
If you love it, things will pop up coming from nowhere and make things better without you even knowing where it's coming from. It's coming from your love.
From your love. And from your love and the efforts you are making.
Well, the love is about efforts. Efforts is about love. So then they are mixed up. Okay, they are entangled.
Okay, I think that our followers are very happy to discover today that Mr. TOUNKARA is a very big English teacher, is a very big English spoken man. And so am I. I'm very pleased today to have him on this set. And if you listen to his English, you will know and recognize that he is a very big English teacher. So, Mr. TOUNKARA, it was a pleasure to have you on this set. What is your last word?
Well, that's my honor to be here. My last word is, I say 2 words.
Yes.
Yeah, 2. Not my last word.
Yes, your 2 last words.
My 2 last words.
Yes, anyway, the first one.
Well, the first one is a challenge.
Challenge.
Yeah. We are very poor. Okay, and that's a big challenge. And poverty is just curse. You don't have enough food, you don't have enough health, you don't have enough roads, you don't have enough this, you don't have enough that. Okay? And we are in a world where there's no gift, you know, people, if they can just suck you in, they will, just to be better off. So we have big challenges, okay? And poverty is our big enemy, okay? We have to be together and fight poverty together. If you do that, we can make it. But if we keep on fighting one another, we can't make it. Okay. The singer, the famous singer Bob Marley, was saying that in this famous song Zimbabwe. Okay. okay, that he sang over there in Zimbabwe. He said that power game cannot be in any way useful for us. And he said, I don't want my people to be tricked by mercenaries. Okay. So we have to pay attention that we have big enemy, which is poverty. Poverty, ignorance are big enemies. We have to fight them together. Those who are leading, the leaders, they must put everyone, all resources, all competencies together, call up everyone and say, hey guys, come on, we're not enemies one another, okay? We are brothers and we must fight together poverty and ignorance. That's my first one, challenge. That's a big challenge. And the second one is love. It's all about love. Love what you do. Okay, love your project, love your future. And you can make it. And the sun shines for all. Okay? And some people would, it never shines at all. That's true. But it shines for all. We all can make it if we are together and if we love what we're doing, if we love our country, if we love our goals, if we love our people, we can make it. We must go beyond the fake viewpoint that if you're not with me, you're against me. That's a fake viewpoint. We all together in fighting poverty, ignorance, and loving one another so that God can love us. If we don't love one another, how can God love us? It's not possible. God says, love one another. Okay, and that's one big teaching of Jesus. Okay, they taught you that anyone who fights you, you should fight him back. You say, I teach you something else. Love your enemy. Trust the difference. Okay, be part of game changers. Impact someone else's life so he can get better. And you see that you yourself, you'll get better. And that's how you show love. There's no love, there are only proofs of love.
Okay. There is no love, but there are only proofs of love. To prove to the one we have in front of us that we love him. Thank you very, very much. It was a great pleasure to have you on this set. So guys, dear followers of CNM Africa7, you have heard about the advices of the great Mr. TOUNKARA. So his first advice is challenge. So we have two common enemies. The first one is poverty, and the second one is ignorance. We have to fight them together. So we need to be together in all the country, wherever we are, to be together to fight poverty, because Senegal must be among the most developed country, and everyone is going to come and to do it at our place. It is for us to do it and to show to everyone that we can do it if we are together. And his second advice is about love, to love what we do, to love what we are, to love wherever we are and what we are doing as work. It was a great pleasure for us to have him on this set at the first show of this year, 2025. Thank you very much, and appointment is given to you next time on this same set on the same television, CNM Africa7. Goodbye.